Welcome back to Dropping Gems. I'm your host, Julian Saluda, and tonight we're stepping into the world of creating custom kicks. You've probably seen his work all over social media platforms, from customizing Air Forces to making shoes from scratch. Ladies and gentlemen, Major Waves. Before we start the show, so now we're about to start. A lot of people think Major Waves is bald. I thought he was bald.
Yeah.
So here's your answer.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So Major Waves, welcome to the show. The purpose of the show is to take you back to before you were Major Waves.
Okay.
So Major Waves, where are you originally from?
So, I'm from San Diego, California.
619.
And it's funny because everyone says, the Major Wave sounds like it kind of sounds like a wax company out of San Diego, no? For surfboards.
Oh, shit.
So, San Diego, California, and then moved to the Bay.
How old were you when you moved to the Bay?
I was like 20, I wasn't 21 yet because I know I was trying to go out, but I couldn't.
What made you want to go to the Bay?
You know what, man? I was just kind of doing the community college life, taking forever.
But why the Bay, dude?
You know what? I had a girlfriend at the time out there, so yeah. And
She told you to move in with her in the Bay?
yeah, yeah, I know.
I feel it.
So, I kind of just moved out there, and I wasn't really doing much besides, when I was younger, I would just go to school and just kind of, I would smoke a lot too.
Oh, yeah, you gotta smoke really good.
I don't smoke anymore, but I used to. I'm not. I smoke hookah.
So, in the Bay, what was Major Waves doing before he completely started customizing kicks as a job?
So, I had a baking background.
A baking background?
No, not baking. I worked at Wells Fargo. I worked at Bank of America. And I know, man, no one knows that, man.
All right, so then...
I used to not wear hats. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they made you slick your hair back.
Yeah, I had a comb over, actually.
So you're working at the bank as a teller, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Right? And on the side, were you creating shoes, custom shoes, or?
No, I wasn't. I kind of wanted to start a brand, but I didn't really know how to go about it. So, man, I was just focused on climbing the corporate ladder and just go to school and figure it out. But I stopped working at the bank because I would get a lot of anxiety.
Okay.
Just because I didn't really, I'm not really a quiet person. I can't just do accounting and, you know what I mean? I can't be behind the desk.
Start in the cubicle, just be here, do this, yeah.
No, yeah. So then I kind of thought that, and then I actually ended up getting 2 jobs. I worked as, believe it or not, man, I worked at a kiosk. It was called I Play and Talk.
In the middle of the mall?
In the middle of the mall, bro. And I was making bread, selling cell phone cases, and the fake cheapy Bluetooths.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
It's on your ear.
Yeah, they were called BTH.
Oh,
that's the way, and man.
So where in this is
man.
The shoe crate that you started? Because I'm curious now.
Okay, we getting there. So after that, I would hit raffles all the time, right? I got cool with Foot Locker and whatnot, and man, I would always win the raffles. I would resell them. And then before I knew it, I started restoring, the Space Jam 11s?
Of course. Come on.
Yeah, but I think they were...
They were pretty rare at the time.
Yeah, and this was because I was done with school by 2015, 2014. I'm old.
How old are you?
I just turned 30.
That's not old.
Man, come on, man. Everyone says 30s and you 21 or whatever.
It is.
That's because you feel bad.
So then,
You know what I mean? That's the only thing you could say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I thought it was
That's cool.
30. All right, go. So then you were pretty much winning the raffles and then
Yeah.
Space Jams.
Yep, and then Space Jams, I kind of wanted a pair, so I bought a pair, and then I re-iced them. You know what that is, right? So they were all yellow.
So it was beat, and then you pretty much
They weren't beat though. They were just not clear anymore.
Okay.
So I made my own sauce with.
So going back in time,
yeah.
I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
This is 2015. You got the Space Jams. how old was the Space Jam when you got it?
No, I feel like I was still in school already. So it was like probably 2013,
So it was like 2 or
2014.
3 years old of like regular wear and tear.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
were able to like bring it back to life.
Yeah. So I used to, I used Salon Care, OxyClean, and something else. I forget, maybe Jason Mark or something.
How'd you
And
learn how to do all that?
I was mixing it up, man. I did it. And then I put reptile lights in a box with aluminum, and then I check them, and then bro, before you know it, it would basically make them blue and clear again. So then I started selling them, bro. I started like, offering the service and selling custom shoes or not custom shoes and repainted
Just
shoes,
like,
I guess.
Rejuvenating,
Yeah.
reincarnating some beat up kids.
Like figuring it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this was around the time where like Jordans weren't really like re-released as often.
A retro was rare.
Yeah. Especially in the dead stuff.
Yep. And shoes were going. I mean, like, you could sell any Jordan. That's the main thing. It was like a 6, a 7, a 12, 11.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy, like not to go off track, but like the shoe game for Jordans now is very
It's different, man. It's like it's just ones. Man, one's sat, bro. I would go into Foot Locker or Champs, and they were just there, chilling. I wish I would have bought a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Because nowadays, after you see them do a collab with Union,
Yeah.
the Travis Scott joint, ones are like they could drop any colorway once and it's gonna sell out.
They're gonna hit.
Yeah, just for the sake of the resale, you know what I mean? But
Yep.
so then when did you actually start customizing
Okay.
actual shoes?
Yeah. So then, long time. So worked at kiosks, worked at Guess, did like store manager stuff. Quit the banking industry.
Nice.
And then I started working at Urban Outfitters, and that's when I started doing customs.
Oh yeah? Sure.
So I did.
What made you want to start working on custom kicks?
I mean, what actually happened was I wanted a pair of. I think his name was, It's McFly or something.
Oh,
You remember him?
Yes. Isn't that the McFly is the photographer, right? Or,
I don't even know what he does.
but he's
Really.
on social media, like
Yeah. I think he's like a little bit of everything. I think he's an artist, and I wanted a pair of his shoes, and I couldn't get them. They were pricey too, and so then I was like, well, I'm gonna just try to make my own version. So I made some. They didn't come out too good. I had my friend Sophie Sophs. She does like a whole bunch of customs too.
Okay.
She helped me clean them up, and she was like, you should do this like for real. You should actually try making it like a hat, like, making it a thing.
Of course.
And so I did. And man, I worked one of my Urban Outfitters. That's where I worked. I was like a men's department manager out there in Santana Row in San Jose.
Okay.
And yeah, man, I just kind of wore them. And before I knew it, someone contacted me on Instagram. His name was Saleh. He's now the main designer for all of Versace, or I think he actually might be doing something else now, but he worked for Kanye at the time. And yeah, that's kind of where the whole story starts. So
Hit you up on
Yep.
Instagram, and then how was that for you? Like you're just like, oh snap! Like I still work at the kiosk, and I have a gig on this. I'm in at Urban, and I still have a gig on the side.
Yep. My thing was like, I never had met an influencer or anything like that. So anything like, or gifted anything, I didn't know how all that works. Cause in that industry, you gift for promo, right? Right? Like if some influencers come take the class, it's either free or I'm paying them or something like that. It's not they're not coming out here just because I'm good looking without a hat.
Yeah. Which is
It's
it's a good look.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So he was like, and he was really cool about it. I think he knew, I had potential, but he knew that like,
There's a lot more work to do.
yeah, you know what I mean? He was like, this guy barely starting. So yeah, he's like, yo, like send me a pair of shoes and I'll post you, and if anything happens, I'll get you a gig, and kind of like that. Probably a lot more professional than that though. He was really professional, and I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna send him a shoe. I'm gonna, and then I was like, I'm gonna make a new colorway, therefore, like it benefits me, right? Mm-hmm. Sent him that, he posted me, they were like an olive green Vans with a gum bottom. And then I painted on them, bro. I painted like a shark tooth bait kind of style
Just the olive green with the camo. I see.
Yeah, they just look good, man. And he posted them, and then
How many
before
followers did
did I?
the client have at that time?
I don't remember, but like probably
They
like
had a lot of pull.
at least. I mean, I'm thinking at least 20K, and I had my name wasn't Major Waves. My name was Yeezy for Prez.
Oh.
Yeah, Kanye. Yeah.
That aged well.
Yeah, yeah. Easy for Prez, and I had I think 1,000 almost followers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And so I sent it to him. He tagged me, and I was happy. And then that just kind of, that was that. Then I'm working for another couple months, and he gives me a call. But this time when he calls me, he has A$AP Rocky on the other line.
Wow.
And I was like, what? Like,
What year was this?
this was like 4 years ago.
Okay, so the Air Forces were a thing at this time.
Yeah, it was like Vans and Air Forces. Now it's just like more Air Force and like Jordan.
So what was that project that you did with A$AP?
Yeah, so that was kind of it. So he was like, hey, I'm gonna have you come out to LA, and I think I might have something for you for Midnight Rave. Reebok was Playboy. It was a shoe for Playboy Cardi, A$AP Rocky, Ian Connor.
Ooh, yeah, some heavy hitters in that. roster.
And that was my first thing, right? And so I was like, dang. I was like, how do I know this is like A$AP Rocky?
Oh, you thought it was fake?
Because imagine like, bro, like let me call someone right now and be like, I'm over here with Kanye West, and I'm over here with Kim Kardashian.
sure.
Baby, come here.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah. It wasn't even like a FaceTime or nothing. So I was like, what? I don't know. So I was scared, man. And he was like, you got to be here by tomorrow. And I mean, bro, like.
And you were at the Bay, so that's not a
I wasn't, but I was in the Bay, bro, and I was like kind of corporate brainwash where like I went from store manager to like DVL, traveling manager. So I was like, I can't just leave tomorrow, bro. Like I gotta work. You know what I mean? Like, so he was like, well, I think you should, figure it out. So yeah, I obviously said I was sick, went.
Oh.
Yeah, cat, bro. I was like,
Called out and you
yeah, called out, and then I went with Sophie Soves too, man. Actually, her and my friend Sean, she helped me a lot at the beginning, and man, we went and got this project done. We met with Ian Connor. I was so sketched out that I even went on like Google Maps and checked Ian Connor, the address, and I was like, where does it look like someone with money would live there, I was scared, bro. I was like, where's this guy? Like, maybe he hated his shoe on, beat me up or something.
He's trying to find you.
Yeah.
Okay, then, so you pulled up at his house.
Yep.
And then?
We pulled up, went into Ian's house, man, and people were sleeping on the floor. There was like females there. Bro, I was like, what? This is lit.
Yeah, you can tell they had a good night.
Yeah, I was like, man. He was super cool guy.
Okay.
Said, I'm gonna get the shoes to you by this time, go get some breakfast, and then, yeah, man, we got the shoes. We went to Mike, what's his name? Mike Chairman's studio at the time. It was Chinatown Market. I think you're wearing Chinatowns right now. Yeah.
Welcome.
Bro, I met him before he was like, he was already big, but I met him, and then when I went back to work, bro, we got his gear in the store, and I was like, yo, Mike, we carry Chinatown now in Urban. But yeah, so I went there.
And it's actually still in the store to this day.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And then I met him, and he was like, yo, like, you're gonna make this shoe reflective like this. We can't print on it. Do you know how to do it? And bro, like, I kid you not, bro, I was new. So I was like, I think I know, right? But I told him, I was like, yeah, I got it. And my thing was like, I had made reflective paint, which is still not even really a thing for shoes. So it was like, you import like these like reflective beads, and they're like airport quality. And it's basically like, so reflective is like the brother of a diamond. So they reflect with like light. Yeah, with light, right?
I mean, we've seen like Fear of God really like get into that type of thing,
Yeah.
right?
So like a diamond will shimmer back, but like a reflective bead will reflect back. So I had a whole bunch of crushed reflective beads, and I would throw them in paint. And people couldn't figure it out. They were like, wow, how do you do it? Vinyl. I was like, it's not vinyl. It's like, I mean, of course, I never said it. Now it's been years, so I don't care. But
No, yeah, that was the secret recipe.
yeah, that was like, you know what I mean?
You were just gonna like give out the secret
Yeah.
recipe. When it
So,
comes to, like,
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So the thing was that when they put vinyl on the shoe, it was burning the shoe. And then when I did it, I just painted it, so you can't burn it, obviously. And yeah, man, that was that. The shoe came out okay, I'll be honest. I thought it didn't come out as perfect, but they liked it. They posted it. They
Actually posted
They
it.
posted it. Yeah, ASAP Rocky was wearing it, and they wear it at what's it, SSX, Southwest by Southwest.
Yeah.
And then after that, man, just a whole bunch of other things happened.
Oh, hell, I mean, ASAP Rocky is like the face of the millennial fashion.
Yeah.
industry. Like anything ASAP Rocky wears, a lot of people really just buy into it.
Yeah.
So if there's anyone that you want to do custom pieces for at this time, it would be ASAP Rocky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. And then we actually did some more stuff later on down the road.
Wow.
So it like built a connection with his team, his management, and no, they're awesome. And they're, to say like, they're one of the people, like, there's people that I'll do stuff for, and then, you know, people are like, oh yeah, cool, it's opportunity, it's free. No, ASAP Rocky, like, they're with it. Like, he paid and everything, and I appreciate that.
That's what I wanted to touch base with you as an artist or creator is like,
Yeah.
a lot of people are creating shoes now, right?
Yeah.
Do you give out free stuff to people for recognition, or do you look at it as business at the end of the day?
I would say, I mean, for the most part, like, when I started the Major Waves Lab, it's kind of like me wanting to kind of, I mean, I guess like it's me wanting to like, I guess not hand down the knowledge of what I actually know, right? So like sewing and painting, industrial sewing machines, etc. My thing is, if someone asks them, like, I'll give them somewhat of the sauce, but if I think it's gonna maybe take away from my business, yeah, because it is business. You know, business is business, and that's just to be transparent, not to be like, oh yeah, man, like,
if you're gonna lose some, you gain some.
yeah.
Right?
But the same thing too, right, bro? It's like, I learned all this stuff by not just being lazy. Like, I learned this stuff by like experiment, by common sense, by YouTube, right? You hear me saying different names, right? I'm sure you've heard, you probably never even heard of Self, but I've said it now. This is the third time me saying it. Because like, she helped me a lot. Like, there's no way that I would like to continue, you know, like, tell you this without it being like a name drop. So I would say, like, whenever people do ask me, hey, like, what type of sewing machine do you use? Well, first of all, they're in every video, so you could probably just find it on Google. But second of all, like, if you really need that much help, come invest some of your time and invest into your future and take the class here where I can help you. And if you need me to like walk you through the steps, then I will, right?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
win-win situation for both sides.
Exactly. And you're gonna vibe out, and I'm gonna teach you whatever you have. You could take videos here, like, you could do whatever you want. Like, it's not like I'm gonna be like, you know, in the beginning of class, you know, it's cool to film, but like when I'm doing the lesson, don't. So like,
Exactly.
yeah,
Because that's like secret recipe that you don't want to leak.
yeah.
But let's take you back to before there was a Major Waves wave, right?
Okay.
What was, in your opinion, kind of like a viral moment that really put you on the map in your world?
Okay. The Ace family.
Ace, oh, you did some work with
Ace family, yeah.
Wow.
Austin and Catherine
Yeah.
and Elle. Because I worked with them when that was just like the starting trio. Man, Austin showed a lot of love, bro.
But like for like fans out there listening, like how do you get to that point where you can get that boom, like almost
Like get them to
like, you know, like just like a lot of artists, a lot of creators have that moment where like, okay, this put me on the map.
yeah.
How do you step into like that door where it's like, all right, this is gonna put me on the map?
I mean, bro, like, I never looked at it like I'm gonna try to get like open up all these doors, because like I was so new to it, bro. Like the formula wasn't really like there, and even now, like, it's still not like, you know what I mean? Like for you, we're even talking about it prior. Like, I can't tell you like what you can do to get, you know, an X amount of views or whatever, because I still don't even know. Like, my thing would be like, bro, I was just trying to make designs and whatnot, and I remember I was, you know, just doing a whole bunch of different things and adding patches to the vans. That was a thing. And man, I literally like never would take breaks. And at this time, I went with my girlfriend at the time, and she went to go get her nails done. She's like, come get your come do like a spa. And I was like, nah, I'm good. She's like, come on, just do it. You could respond to your DMs. I was like, all right, and I did, bro. And at that time, I went to my emails too. I had Instagram, the actual Instagram account. Yeah. Email me that they were gonna feature me on Instagram, and I went on my DMs, bro, and I had Austin, and he was just like, follow you, or I looked at your page, you know, you're dope. I'd like to like collab with you, and he was super cool, man. He was like just trying to be a buddy, like just trying to be a friend. He wasn't like, we could do these posts for you for $3,000. Like, you know, like there's people that reach out like that.
A lot of people look at it as a business.
Yeah.
Like move, and I think a lot of people forget.
But I was tiny still, bro.
Yeah, like I don't, like, you know, as an artist, especially for the viewers watching this, it's like,
yeah,
if the only time you actually pay for like some type of like traction,
yeah,
you need to have a domino effect for it.
Yeah,
you need to plan it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like for the most part, the genuine attraction is contagious, bro. That people start forgetting about followers. They look at you more of a
no, it is true, bro. Like I always think about that. Like there's times where like my analytics will do bad, and I'll think to myself, bro, and I'll be down here in my workspace, and I'm just kind of like, bro, I came from a single mom. I came from working at a kiosk, bro, right? I told you that.
Yeah.
And not only that, it's just like, look at, you have a studio, you know, you're healthy. You know, you have people that care about you. Yeah, and then I know it sounds cliche. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, whatever. Everyone says that. But it's like, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like, don't, like, just keep on going. Like, I'd rather do this and keep making shoes than go back to a kiosk or to go work back out. Like, you know, nothing against Wells Fargo, but Wells Fargo or whatever.
Kiosk, what made you think this is what I want?
Bro, I like the kiosk, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, dude, weird people would come up to me. I'd like talk to bums. Like, bro, I'm weird, bro.
They got the bums.
SF Center, bro. San Francisco, like by Union Square.
But you know, like when you quit your job, right?
Yeah.
What made you like say, you know what? I'm gonna do this full time. I don't care what anyone says.
I was gonna have a kid.
Yeah? Like when you're about to have a kid, that's when you said that?
No, when I was like, I'm about to have a kid and I work at retail, and I think this thing could pop off and really turn into something else. And I reached out to my parents. You know how moms are, they're always pretty supportive, right?
Of course.
Pops was kind of more like, my pops is in the Navy. He's my stepdad, but he's literally been my whole dad. Yeah, my whole life. He was like, that sounds like a hobby, son. And so I was like, damn, what do I do? And, you know, I just said, nah, I'm gonna do this. And I just thought, you know, if I leave on good terms, if I really want to come back to urban, I can, right?
Of course. You don't
So,
burn your bridges.
yeah, you know, so that was kind of it. And then, yeah, man, it just turned into a lot more. But that's the main reason.
But was that like before the viral moment in your career, or that was like?
No, that was after, like the ASAP Rocky. That was, but that was before Austin, bro. That was before Instagram.
Oh.
So like I had already had the ASAP Rocky thing, but the other thing too that I think is important to say is like, when you do something for an artist, you're not gonna just blow up and be popping. I feel like the youth and everyone should know that, bro. Like, I did something for Travis, or for what? ASAP Rocky? Not Travis Scott.
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky. Did you know that?
You said it earlier.
But like, did you before, like, you know, if you didn't
know that.
right? When you first met me, when you take this class, no. So it's like everything just is like, it's not like, nothing's gonna just pop off. And like, maybe certain moments, but like, it's like, you know, if I do a shoot for, like maybe like a couple months ago, I did a shoot for Kodak, right? Mm-hmm. Did that put me over the top? Like, you know, It's like, it's a good opportunity and everything, but it's not like, I would say like, don't get so stuck up on like just trying to do stuff for only artists, because eventually it's just kind of like, you know, it's like, you got to do stuff for like yourself and for people of value too, bro. Like the lab, like what I'm saying, it's like, that's for the youth, that's for the new like creatives. And yeah.
And the lab really like it opened up doors for creative people that want to create the shoes.
Yeah.
To put them in a situation where it's like, hey, like I mean, shit, you have guys working with you that are a fan of shoes and they didn't even think they would be in your team. And it's
No,
crazy.
exactly. No, man, my team grew. Yeah, you're right, bro.
So
Yeah.
it's like when I first met you, I was like, yo, this guy got a solid team. And like we can't like kind of like overshadow that fact that like he has a solid team.
Yeah.
But as kind of like the creator of this whole kind of like group that you have, it's a lot of pressure for you because like you always gotta make sure you're on point. You
Yeah.
always gotta make sure you're like the culture fucks with you back. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people kind of just like get it twisted and be like, all right, I'm gonna go chase clouds. I'm gonna go viral one day and make money overnight. But for you, when you did go viral and you see a lot of these hits, you wake up the next day. How was that?
Well, I mean, the first time I went viral, like, I'm not even gonna cap. I made a lot of money. So I was like, oh, snaps.
What was it? What was it?
I was like, I mean, if I could go back in time, I probably would have invested into Dogecoin a little bit more. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. It turns into Robinhood podcast. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, like you know, you wake up.
No, I mean, it wasn't even like a lot of money. Like at the time it was, but it was like, I think I got, I think it was like after Lace Family, I think I had gotten, at the time when I was like, whoa, it was probably like 200 orders in like a day or something.
Oh, snap.
And I was like, holy, I was
What
like,
were you making? Just like custom Air Forces?
rose patches. Yeah, man, it was all like just, you know, regular non-copyrighted stuff. It was just kind of like, it was like rose patches, butterfly patches, painting different colors, checkers, bro. I would do checkers, checkered flame, stuff like that.
Wow.
So my thing was, I was like, wow, this is awesome, right? And yeah, it was like, you know, it was just kind of like, and it was perfect too timing because my son had just been born. So I was like,
Oh yeah.
wow.
It was a great sign, especially after you
Yeah.
take that risk to take a leap of faith.
Yep.
Then out of nowhere, you could get all these orders.
Yeah, I was like,
It was just
yeah.
destiny, what it seemed like. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? But I mean, so then now after that, now you got a lot of traction, bro. Like, what is it like when you see like celebrities, influencers pulling up and then like just rocking your shit, dude?
I think, bro, like I legitimately try to be normal I still don't even think about it like that, man.
Yeah, of course.
Like I've never, cause I mean, I'm not really like crazy big, bro. Like I feel like I have, you know, there is some people that know about me, but I just never want to be like that, bro. Unless like it puts me in danger. And like there's only been like one time where like, and I was with my girlfriend. I don't know if she remembers, but we were in the Bay and there was a car following us, me and my family and stuff, bro. And I was like, what the heck, right? I'm like, man, like, I don't know if people have seen me, but I'm not built, like, I'm not big. I'm not gonna like go beat up someone. I'm not gonna punch a car's window out, like.
He's actually short in person.
Yeah, for real.
All right, then what happened?
Yeah, no, I legitimately, you know, like, kind of got out the car. We had pulled up to Santana Row and we had got out the car and I looked over
And it was a car.
and it was like 5 girls. So I was like, what's up?
How's that dangerous?
No, because they got tinted windows. So like, I didn't know if it was 5 girls or like 5 or 7 guys. And they were like,
Family too,
no,
everything.
and they were like, Major Waves, hey, what's up? We saw you, like, we followed you. And I was like, oh, and then like I said, what's up, right? Yeah, but that was like the only time. Like there's been times where like I do get like DMs, they'll be like, hey Major, were you at Starbucks by Glendale? And I'll be like,
Were you actually at Glendale though?
yeah. I'll be like, yeah, I was. What's up, bro? He's like, oh, I wanted to say hi. And I'll be like, oh, you should have said what's up. And then, you know, there's just like those moments, bro. I even had one time, dude, and it's kind of funny. One time, because I used to do my DMs at Starbucks all the time, right? Like pre-COVID.
Oh yeah, just like you're just hanging out, you got time to kill.
Yeah, because like, I do the rolling thing. I'm trying to grow it.
Yeah, I
So I
can
don't
see.
really,
Yeah. He's trying.
I'm trying, man.
You just gotta,
I'm 30 and I'm trying.
eat ass, bro.
That's what everybody says, bro. That's what everybody
so,
says.
you know, your Starbucks.
Yeah, so I'm doing it, and then this mom goes up to like this older guy. No. She goes up to like some older guy. She's like, hey, by the way, do you make custom shoes?
Wow.
And he's older, bro. Like he's probably like, I mean, I'm 30, so I guess I'm kind of old. But he's like, but he looked like 40-ish. Yeah. And he was like, no, not me. And then I literally was like, I'm not even gonna say nothing.
Oh, they thought it was you.
And she was like, oh, I thought so. My son was like nervous to say what's up, but like he said that like a guy, and I was like, all right. But that was like another moment.
You knew it was you, huh?
Yeah, but I was like kind of like too shy to be like, are you looking for Major Waves? That's me right here. Come over here. Like what?
Can we sign your autograph?
Yeah, what did you need? Like,
but then once you get to that point, like now you got these random people like wearing your stuff. Like in your opinion, in your creative space.
I think it's awesome.
What was kind of like a moment in your life that you realized, I'm that dude. This piece that I did for this artist or this person is a staple in my creative career.
Man, even till like, and I'm not even trying to be like corny or like not like that, bro. I still don't think I'm that dude. Like I am just like, I'm just concentrated on growing and literally like the Major Waves Lab, I'm fully invested into that. My thing is like to just, keep on turning something into like the Build-A-Bears of custom shoes. So like, that's my thing. When that thing pops off and when I get maybe like verified or something like that, then like maybe, but even, yeah, I know. Maybe Instagram listens to your podcast. No, but whenever like that happens, like, and I feel like I still shouldn't even think like I'm that dude, because then that's the day I'm gonna fall off.
But as of right now, right? What do you think is one of your creations that's like a staple in your roster of creative shoes?
I'd say like, I mean, for sure the first shoe that went viral for me was it was a Casper the Friendly Ghost shoe, bro. Yeah. But what happened was, you remember when Metallica tees were like hella lit? Yep. And like you could find but then like you could find some that were like the real ones that were like $200.
The real ones were rare.
Yeah, they're like
Urban started saturating that hoe.
Yeah. But they had some other ones too that were like kind of rare. But anyways, bro, I put the Metallica Lightning
on
the shoe airbrush.
Wow.
And then I put a Casper patch over it, bro.
And you just had printed out the paper and just airbrush it on top?
No, bro, freehand.
You freehanded it?
And I didn't even know how to airbrush, bro. And that came out
perfect.
Like, I mean, not perfect. Like, I mean, it did after I touched it up.
In the building right now?
I have, baby.
Is it here?
We're gonna have to find it. We'll find it, bro, because it's beat up.
Yeah, we'll do it
but I got it.
We'll do it for the sake.
You know where it is? It's like in a random Jordan box.
No, but we'll do it for the sake of like.
Just we have to.
Yeah, because like
it's the original one too. I still have it.
Oh, that's crazy.
I know.
But I mean, so you got that. So like on the side, instead of like focusing so much on like getting artists to wear the shoes, you were literally just creating on your free time.
Yeah, man.
Right. So what inspired you in your designs?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, like at that time, it was I think always current trend, right? So like. At that time, it was Metallica. It was like rock tees and like Lightning was kind of, I felt like a big thing of the shirt. Yeah. It was like a big highlight. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna throw Lightning on the shoe. And then I'm like, Casper's random, but this patch looks perfect. So I'm gonna throw that on there, right? And then I did a Vans because Vans was like a lot more popular at the time. Yeah. For customs at least. Yeah. And then, but nowadays, bro, like still the same thing, current trends.
Current trends.
I would say like, a lot of the cool stuff right now is the exact opposite.
Which is?
Age soles, right?
Yeah,
that's
soles.
Cool, right?
Remember we tried to do that on my shoe when I was out here? Mm-hmm. Age soles and all that, but.
So like if I was to make something, I'm gonna do some around the earth tone colors, age soles, which I just dropped today. Yeah.
Saw that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so how do you separate yourself from like a trend follower to a trendsetter?
That's a good question, man. Still trying to figure that one out.
Right? Because it's like, dang, you're following the trends, but then you also have the platform to take risk.
Yeah.
What did you?
And I think that would be maybe, and I don't want to sound repetitive because I've already brought up, the lab and whatnot. But it's like, man, like if you think about it, it's like. Right, there's Build-A-Bear, and then like when it comes to custom shoes, like there's nothing that has been like the Build-A-Bear, but doesn't that sound like something that should have been done already?
That should have been done, exactly, and that's what you offer in this lab.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So like that is my thing of being like a trendsetter. It's like, what customizer do you know that not only, made a whole bunch of customs, made them, popular, did work with a whole bunch of different people, but now who's decided to like pass down the knowledge, right?
Sure. So then, which brings us to this kind of like a gem question, which like kids watching this right now,
Yeah.
they're looking at you doing customizing shoes. We do see a lot of like the Dior, the Louis print on the kicks.
Yep.
How would you approach the game now with the things that you learned throughout the years as like a young kid that's also doing this and they want to do custom kicks?
I mean, I would say, look, I started off with just like pure like originality, right?
Yeah.
So then when I touched the Dior and the Gucci and the Louis, and I did get in trouble. Like I did.
Yeah.
I shouldn't even be wearing this kit. I'm just kidding.
All right,
But so my thing I would say would be, it's like stick to that originality. It's like nothing beats that, bro. Like you think of all these dope brands, it's like they're not like what, like the different color rainbow Louis Vuitton print that never existed.
It's the same print.
That's gonna get you, some money and then in trouble. You're probably gonna have to pay it back, and you're gonna have to like figure it out. My thing is just like let's think of a dope brand right now. Like for instance, like Chrome Hearts, not really, but Chrome Hearts has its own aesthetic, right?
It's got its
And then like there's a whole bunch of other brands, bro. Like there's Menace. Have you ever heard of Menace?
Yeah.
Menace out here. They do a whole bunch of dope stuff. I mean, there's just tons of brands, but like when you think about it, I would say like, I think I would have been more creative if I didn't really step into the like, oh my God, I put a little reflective LV on a shoe and I feel like people like it.
But like, yeah, like, what I'm saying, like now we're in a space where a lot of people are just rejuvenating kicks that was from the past, or they're using like actual like leather from like actual like designer brand to actually make it, because you have to agree, it does get a lot of traction.
Yeah, it's easy to get like kind of caught up with all the, and like in the bigger picture, it's like they're copyrighted.
Yeah, because like, look, if we made a Dior with this fabric, retro ones, that shit would go up, and everybody would be like, yo, what the fuck, he made that shit.
Yep.
But then as a creator that's trying to create its own trend, would you approach it like that?
No. Yeah, like you have to figure out like.
You kind of have to find your niche, huh? Like your thing. Like, all right, this is what he's known for. So then, Major Waves, what are you known for?
I mean, I would say like, in general, and I feel like this is one of the questions that is always on every article, bro. Like it's like when you get an article, they'll be like, "What are you known for?" So it would just be like being diverse, bro. Like being able to print on a shoe, to paint on a shoe, to sew on a shoe, and to like think out of the box and actually make something different happen. Like I said, even from like the jump, right? Kind of like making reflective paint. Go ahead and go online. Anyone that's watching the video and go look for reflective paint for shoes, you still won't find it to this day. You won't. You'll find one maybe on Amazon, and it's like it's
not as reflective as you think.
It's not. It's like glitter paint, and it's still to this day. So it's like just making your own thing. If you could figure it out. Yeah.
I agree. Which is like one of these moments where if you could kind of give yourself advice in the younger version of you, which is like, oh shit, I want to create shoes, this and that.
Yeah.
What would you have told yourself, or wish someone would have told you at the time that you were trying to come up?
Probably to like really stay away from like the designers and stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, man. It's that serious, bro.
Because you know why? That's all you see.
That is.
Literally, like LV Supreme with the swoosh.
Yep.
Damn.
And it is just because, you could be doing it, and then before you know it, your brand gets, you get in trouble, and your brand gets taken away. My brand was taken away at 197,000 followers, and I had to start over, and that's why Major Waves has 2 Z's, bro.
Because it was 1 Z at the time?
Yep.
Damn.
You can't find 1 Z anymore because it was disabled. Like that, imagine, bro. Imagine you building, and you have all these stories, right?
Yeah.
And if I'd ever built the brand back, then like I would have, there would be no story, bro. You wouldn't even know about me, bro. I'd have just been there and it would have been gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like luckily we were able to like bring it back to where it is now, and it's like, wow, dude, that's
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Nah,
So I mean,
yeah.
shit, we learned like a couple things in Marriage Your Waves. Like you don't have to give free shit to a lot of influencers and just be original. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, so we're about to wrap up this haircut.
Cool.
Is there anything you want to say to the youth and to like the saturated hype beast moment? Anything you want to say out to these people?
I mean, I mean, what am I looking at? Which one? There's
I
like
think this
5
is-
cameras here.
1,000 people behind the camera.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would just say like just doing you and like really never giving up. You know, like if it takes, you know, you working 2, 3 retail jobs to make the dream like happen, like you gotta do it, you know? Like I mean, there's sleepless nights. There was times where like I thought of, you know, giving up and whatnot. And it's like that and not doing stuff for the clout. Like the clout, I could do some stuff for Lil Wayne today or Kanye tomorrow and you guys will forget it in a month. So just don't oversell it to that and just keep on going, bro.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So the famous words, they all have it. So we got to join him in his personal life, and now we're about to jump in where he's at his best.
Yep.
See y'all in a little bit.